The menu for the red is pretty straightforward. Most of what you need is right here on the screen. And it's a touch screen, so it's pretty intuitive. So let's just move from top left and go through the various settings here. So first you have your frame rates. Now these will vary depending on your resolution. In 4K, you've got a maximum of 36 frames per second. Typically, of course, you're going to hold it at 23.98. ISO. Red has a native ISO of 800. That means it only actually shoots at 800. And Red recommends that you shoot at 800 whenever possible and change it only as needed. Is your shutter speed? We know that shutter speed should be twice the frame rate. The frame rate right now is about 24, so shutter speed should be at 1/48, which is what it's at. You'll change this if you change the frame rate. Right, white balance. Selectable, and you'll see the changes in real time. There's also an auto white balance function. It's the B button on the side handle, which will give us here a much cooler read. All right, here's where you'll select your resolution and ratio. There are a couple different ratios within each setting. For instance, we can see the difference between 4K widescreen, which is what it's currently at, 4K HD. If I select it, technically the camera does shoot in 5K, but not at 24 frames per second. In fact, it's only 12 frames per second. You can, however, get higher frame rates. You drop it down, say, to 2K. You'll notice that when you change resolutions that the camera crops. This is because the camera is actually using less of the sensor. So it zooms in to enlarge that portion of the sensor and fill the frame. So you may need a much wider lens if you're shooting in lower resolutions. But I am able to shoot, for instance, at 75 frames per second while in 2K. Let's go ahead and return this to 4K widescreen. Adjust my frame rate as well. Right, here's your compression. Less compression, in this case 5:1 is the maximum available, produces higher quality but also larger file sizes. So you have to balance that with the needs of your project. Some more options in the menu, settings, looks, so forth. One thing you're going to need is to format your card. Red recommends formatting the card in the camera. Do it like this. Playback is there. You can also turn off the camera with this menu. All right, looking down at the bottom, we can see that we now have 100% available on our card, and our battery is currently at 22%. So we will do our exposure adjustments on the lens. We have a cine lens here. And you can see the histogram moving. Now there's goalposts on either side and the little stoplight icons. That'll tell us when we're losing information. So once those goalposts start getting red, we know that we've lost image data. The camera doesn't have an internal microphone, so you won't be able to capture sound without attaching a recorder. When you do, you'll be able to see the levels here. The camera also has a focus assist. It's the C button on the side handle. Pushing that will magnify the image. Let you grab your focus. And pushing it again will toggle back out. Power button is on the side. Press and hold to turn it on and press and hold to turn it off, or as you've seen, you can do it through the menu. You can record with either the button on the side handle or the power button on the side. So the camera does have a pretty loud fan. The fan runs high while the camera's in idle mode, but it slows down when you record. All right, that's it.